this weekend. Most people consider it the best weekend of football of the entire year. The Bills and Broncos today, followed by the Niners and Seahawks tonight. Tomorrow, we will be in Foxborough for Texans and Patriots at 3 Eastern on ESPN and ABC. And then tomorrow night at frigid Soldier Field, it'll be the Rams and the Bears, and then there will be 4. And here we are, ready to roll for the next 2 hours with a major story developing right now. Gentlemen, we're getting ready for all these games, but we have significant injury news surrounding the game that is tonight, and we've got you covered. Lindsey Thiry is on the field in Seattle 10 hours before kickoff, but we start with Adam Schefter and the very latest on an oblique injury for Seattle quarterback Sam Darnold. Shefty, what do we know?
All right, Greeny, here's the latest. Sam Darnold hurt his oblique on Thursday. It's the first time he's ever had an oblique injury. He hurt it throwing during practice. He has not thrown since then. The Seahawks and Sam Darnold believe he will be able to play, but they did get Drew Lock ready at practice yesterday. I was told that Drew Lock had a great practice. Know exactly how it's going to affect his game tonight against the 49ers, so there are lots of questions. In the interim, we have Sam Darnold saying he's optimistic he's going to play. Mike McDonald is optimistic he's going to play. It certainly looks like he's going to be out there. Just nobody knows how he's going to react to that oblique injury because he hasn't thrown a football since he suffered it on Thursday.
All right, so that's obviously significant, and Alex will tell us it set off various red flags. When he gets to the field in Seattle today, he will find Lindsey Thiry waiting for him. Lindsey, what can you add from there?
Sure, I can tell you that there was a nervous excitement around the Seahawks going into this game, and now that nervous excitement, maybe nerves outweighing a little bit of the excitement with the unknowns with Sam Darnold. Though you heard Adam mention it, both Sam Darnold and Mike McDonald expressed nothing but confidence that Darnold will be out there today. When asked if there was a percentage, to put a percentage on it, that he wouldn't be out there, Sam Darnold said 0%. One team source I spoke with said Darnold's so tough, there's no way he wouldn't go. He's the kind of guy that's just like, F it, let's go. Now, as far as the playoffs and Sam Darnold, let's also keep in mind his mindset going today prior to the injury. He said he was going to treat this just like any normal game, though he knows it's obviously anything but. He says, don't get it twisted. We know the implications. And Greeny, one more note about the injury. I can tell you that as Sam Darnold's learned more about it in just a short time since tweaking that left oblique, that there has been a sense of relief that has come over him as he gets ready for the game, that he is going to be okay. He's going to be able to give it his best go.
Okay, Lindsey, thank you. We'll be with you throughout the show today as we get ready for this. But Alex, our quarterback, I start with you. And as we were talking before, red flags, right? Hasn't thrown a ball in 2 days. That's unusual. Heard it while he was throwing a pass. All of these seem to set off red flags for you.
Yes. I mean, listen, just the fact that he has not thrown a football over 48 hours before a playoff game. Listen, this guy's never won a playoff game. Like, to go to that length, it's not insignificant. This is not nothing. Yeah. And again, the fact that he heard it throwing, right, it's his oblique. Like, let me just pop up here and show you guys, right? Like, oblique, it is a core injury, right? Like, your core is so heavily involved in throwing the football. Throwing is a rotational movement, right? Like, the force starts in your feet, and as you go and build up and there's torque and you're turning, right? Like, your oblique is heavily involved in transferring all of that power to the football. And again, he heard it throwing in practice. This is routes on air. Randy, you know this, right? Like, there's practice tempo, and then there's game tempo, right? Like, what do we think the forces are going to be in game time in a playoff game when he's jacked up, right? Like, I think it's going to be interesting to find out pregame, into game, how this thing holds up.
Well, you know, LT was just talking about how tough Sam Darnold is. And I think what you just showed right there of him just following through, this man is going to have to play through a lot of playing. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, yes.
So I just really think that when you go on the last 2 weeks of them playing the 49ers again, the hat and T-shirt game, Sam Darnold had a decent game, but it was the team that really picked Sam Darnold up. The run game was huge in the run game with Charbonnet coming out of the backfield with his touchdown. But I think in a game like this, they're going to have to count and rely on the running game for the second game in a row.
Yeah, I mean, how much is it like that adrenaline going to carry the day and things? But at some point, obviously, this is a legitimate injury, so it has to be a concern. And to your point, Randy, that run game, yes. Let it feed you down the field. It did last time you guys played.
Right.
Their biggest issue is red zone. And now, to me, you got a quarterback that's not 100%, How's that going to affect these guys? Look, they've scored a whopping 13 points in both games this year. That Robert Saleh defense, I don't know who the hell's playing out there, all right, for the Niners. But I know one thing, they can damn sure play red zone defense, and that's what it might come down to.
And the practice that Sam Darnold missed on Thursday is red zone day. For everybody out there, the last practice of the week is all red zone.
Huge day.
He didn't participate in any of that. And in a place where obviously timing and accuracy is so critical, short field space, like again, I mean, it could play out even bigger. Again, they only 13 points the last 2 times they
I would
played.
say the only thing that helps him with that is that they're playing the Niners. I mean, he knows what to expect from them. But this, I hate to see this for Sam because I think this is real. I mean, that oblique, like Alex showed how serious it is. It's the biggest game of his life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now he has something like this to deal with. You guys are right that in Week 18, the run game picked him up, but also they had a great special teams play for a touchdown. So that was huge also. I mean, that's what we have to do in terms of if you're the Seahawks, defense, special teams, because you'll have a good read on what this is really early.
Yeah.
You know you're going to have to pick up your quarterback a little bit. And if I'm the Niners, though, I'm not falling for this smokescreen. I'm thinking it's full bore Sam Darnold. I mean, you have to just go at it and sort of adjust to it if you see anything from him because Sam's going to give it a go.
Yeah. All right, we'll have obviously much more on this as we go. It was a game where already, prior to this injury, there were questions about Darnold and his ability to rise in this moment. He's the only quarterback remaining in the NFC playoff field without a playoff win. We're just a countdown, and we're just getting started.
49ers have been gearing up for their divisional round matchup with their division rivals, Seattle. And their star tight end, George Kittle, has undergone surgery for a torn Achilles suffered in their wild card win over the Eagles. A collective groan was heard around the NFL as one of the league's most popular players went down. But Kyle Shanahan reported this week that the surgery was very successful. Meanwhile, Kyle has been busy game planning without one of his most reliable weapons. Here's Lindsay Theory.
George Kittle's teammates tell me it can't be overstated. Not having him on the field is a big blow because of the talent, leadership, and energy he brings. But they also know this. When Kittle was on IR for 5 games earlier this season, and when he went out in the wild card round, they saw backups Jake Tonjes and Luke Farrell step up. Fullback Kyle Juszczyk telling me, we have so much confidence in them to fill that role. They've got the experience for it. And while the Niners will be without Kittle, they will have left tackle Trent Williams, who did not play in their Week 18 loss to the Seahawks. Seahawks defensive lineman Leonard Williams says Trent's presence on the field goes a long way for the 49ers mentally and physically, noting that he especially helps in their run game.
Thanks to Lindsay Theory, as our betting analyst Joe Fortenbaugh is here to make you some money on this Saturday. A couple of low-scoring matchups between those two division rivals. What's your best bet for Niners-Hawks?
I would be looking to lay the 7 with Seattle here. There's a couple things you want to keep in mind. The kryptonite for Sam Darnold has been pressure, which is something the Niners don't generate much of. Nick Bosa went down with injury in Week 3. Since then, 31st in pass rush win rate. Look no further than their matchup in Week 18. Darnold completed 77% of his passes in the process. Hate the spot for the Niners. They had to play on a Sunday in Philly. Now they have to play on a Saturday in Seattle against an opponent that's had 2 weeks to get ready for this game. We're laying the 7 with the Seahawks.
Wait, even